नमस्ते विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू। आज म क्लास 10 को इन्टरनेसनल पर्सनालिटिज भन्ने पाठ पढाउन गइरहेको छु र यहाँ हामीसँग तीनवटा फिगर छ र त्यो फिगरहरूलाई हामी चाहिँ बुझ्ने कोसिस गर्नेछौँ। एक नम्बरमा छ हाम्रो चाहिँ इन्डियन इन्टरनेसनल पर्सनालिटिज हुनुहुन्छ, त्यस्तै गरेर अर्को हुन्छ अमेरिकन र अर्को हुनुहुन्छ पाकिस्तानी है। यहाँहरूको नाम चाहिँ तपाईहरुले एकचोटि चाहिँ सोच्ने कोसिस गर्नुहोस् र यो पढ्नुभन्दा पहिला विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरूले कपी र कलम आफ्नो साथमा लिनुहोला र यो माथिपट्टिका बुँदाहरूलाई चाहिँ एकदम मजाले चाहिँ बुझ्ने कोसिस गर्नुहोला है। यहाँ चाहिँ सबैभन्दा पहिला हामी चाहिँ कैलाश सत्यार्थीको बारेमा पढ्छौँ, त्यसपछि गइसकेपछि उहाँको अर्ली लाइफको बारेमा छ, त्यसपछि गएपछि वर्क्स एन्ड कन्ट्रिब्युसनको बारेमा छ, त्यसपछि हामीले चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ उहाँको चाहिँ रिकग्नाइजेसन कसरी चाहिँ उहाँ रिकग्नाइज हुनुभयो त्यो कुरा हामी चाहिँ पढ्छौँ। त्यस्तै गरेर छ मार्टिन लुथर किङको बारेमा हामी पढ्छौँ र अनि त्यसपछि गएर मालाला युसुफजाईको बारेमा चाहिँ हामीले पढ्नेछौँ। विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, सबैभन्दा पहिला हामीले जान्न पर्ने कुरा के छ भने यो इन्टरनेसनल पर्सनालिटिजहरू भनेका को हुन् त भन्दा हामी चाहिँ बुझौँ। हाम्रो धरती माताले बेला बेलामा यस्ता विभिन्न व्यक्तित्वहरूको जन्म दिने गर्नुभएको छ। ती व्यक्तित्वहरू कुनै पनि एउटा देशमा सीमित नभएर विभिन्न अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय लेभलमै संसारभरिका व्यक्तित्वको रूपमा चिन्न सफल व्यक्तित्वहरू, जसलाई हामी अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय व्यक्तित्व अथवा इन्टरनेसनल पर्सनालिटिज भनेर चिन्ने गर्छौँ, जसको एउटा देशभित्र मात्रै सीमित नभएर उहाँहरू अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय लेभलमै ख्याति प्राप्त व्यक्तित्वहरू हुनुहुन्छ र उहाँहरू विश्वका सम्पत्तिको रूपमा पनि हामीले चिन्न सक्छौँ। र त्यस्ता व्यक्तित्वहरूमध्ये हामी आज तीनवटा व्यक्तित्वहरूको बारेमा पढ्नेछौँ। उहाँहरू हो, एक नम्बरमा छ कैलाश सत्यार्थी भन्ने व्यक्ति हुनुहुन्छ, त्यस्तै गरेर दोस्रो नम्बरमा हुनुहुन्छ मार्टिन लुथर किङ भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ, त्यस्तै गरेर थर्ड नम्बरमा हुनुहुन्छ मालाला युसुफजाई हुनुहुन्छ र हामी यिनीको बारेमा आजको लेसनमा पढ्नेछौँ। त्यसैले विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू तयार रहनको लागि हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु र म मेरो टपिकलाई अगाडि बढाउन गइरहेको छु। ओके डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, international personalities, we read this chapter in unit 3 and lesson number 6. That's why here is 3.6 international personalities. Yeah, who are the international personalities? At first we should know the definition about it. That's why I am going to show you some one definition about it. Yeah, see here, the people who do really good for the mankind and are always remembered even after their death are known as international personalities. That's why, dear students, again write in your notebook that people who do really good for the mankind and are always remembered even after their death are known as international personalities. Likewise, I am going to say for you the Kailash Satyarthi. Who is Kailash Satyarthi? I am going to tell you about it. That's why, dear students, write these points in your exercise book and remember it. Keep it in the mind. And at first I am going to say you about the Kailash Satyarthi. He was born in 1954. You have to keep this date in your mind. And next I am going to read the point. That's why you have to write these points in your exercise copy and you have to remember it forever. Okay, number 1, there is a renowned child rights activist of India. Okay, Kailash Satyarthi is famous child rights activist of India. Since 1980, has been able to free over 84,000 child laborers in about 144 nations. Okay, then write the next point. He is the founder of Bachapon Bachao Andolan. Likewise, he is also a recipient of several other notable awards in addition to the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, my dear students, who is Kailash Satyarthi? You can know easily from this chapter. from these points. That's why again here are his early life, how he spent his early life. I have written here some points. I have made some points about his early life. That's why you write these points in your exercise copy, which makes your uh, understanding very clear. That's why, okay, my dear students, see point number 1. He was born in Bidisha, Madhya Pradesh of India on, see here, 11 January 1954. His original name was Kailash Sharma. Okay, keep it in the mind and write in your exercise book. Next point, he was very kind and sympathetic to children from his early childhood. And next, he was electric engineer and started teaching in a college in Bhopal. Yeah, this is the place of name. Yeah, he was especially electric engineer and later he started teaching, and his original name was Kailash Satyarthi, and he was born in 1954, 11 January, in where? Madhya Pradesh of India. Likewise, next point we are going to read here is, okay, my dear students, see here, work and contribution. What work he did? Yeah, we have to know from here. Yes, after giving up his teaching career, Satyarthi took the post of Secretary General for the Bounded Labor Liberian Front. Same year, he himself founded the Bachpan Bachao Andolan, Save the Childhood movement. Next, okay, since they has been working tirelessly and restlessly in this humanitarian sector. Here is the spelling, okay, mistake, dear students. That's why you write it tirelessly and restlessly. Okay, here is, yeah, that's why you have to write it tirelessly and restlessly. Okay, then, okay, next, yeah, Satyarthi is also attached to the global march against child labor. Next, he led the march on January 17, 1988. He brought, here also, yeah, I, here is written I, but you have to write here, he. He brought NGOs, trade union, teachers, children and individuals together to fight against the child labor. Yeah, he did the great work. Yeah, before his movement, there was no unification of all the teachers, children, individuals and NGOs and INGOs about the right of the children. But when he launched the program, launched the movement, then all the institutions, NGOs, INGOs, trade unions, teachers, children and individuals get together and fight for the right of the children. That's why he is one of the model of this century. Likewise, next, he has also been playing key roles in several other organizations such as Global Campaign for Education, ActionAid, Oxfam, and Education International and International Center on Child Labor and Education. Yeah. Not only this, he is playing the key role. It means he is doing the work in different organizations like Global Campaign for Education, ActionAid, Oxfam, and Education International Center on Child Labor and Education. Yeah, he is involving in different organizations of the world. Likewise, next, yeah, he has also directed his activities against the child labor towards campaign of education for all, and he has worked under UNESCO in this area. He has also contributed to help shape the United Nations Millennium Development Goals with respect to the promotion of human rights. Likewise, in 2015, Kailash Satyarthi even participated in Bagmati cleaning event conducted under the Save the Bagmati campaign. He has also authored a book, Globalization, Development and Child Rights. Likewise, yes, there are others, his works, they are recognition and reception and recognition. He has been honored with national and international awards, including Nobel Peace Prize 2014. Likewise, other awards include the Howard University Award, Humanitarian of the Year 2015, Honorary Doctorate by Amity University, Gurgaon 2015, Defenders of Democracy Award US 2009, Alfonso Comín International Award Spain 2008, Freedom Award US 2006, Friedrich Ebert Stiftung Award Germany 1999, Golden Flag Award Netherlands 1995, the Trumpet Awards US 1995, etc. Likewise, yeah. Next, international personalities. Today we are going to read another international personalities. He is Martin Luther King Jr. He was born in 1929 and died in 1968. He is also here are also some points about him. That's why write about him in your exercise book, which makes to understand your book very easier, and you can write it easily. And that's why, okay, write these keynotes on your exercise book, dear students. Okay, I'm going to tell some keynotes from here. World famous orator and civil rights activities, especially you are the world famous orator and civil rights activities. His famous speech that he delivered in 1963 is ranked among a few finest speeches ever presented in the world. Yeah, very nice speech he has presented. The speech name was "I Have a Dream." Really, that is the finest speech ever presented in the world. Likewise, he died for the cause of racial freedom, racial equality, and racial harmony. Likewise, he can be rightly called the Mahatma Gandhi of USA. Yeah, keep it in the mind. This is one number questions from your exam. For your exam, that's why, dear students, be clear about it. Yeah, this chapter is very important according to your exam also. That's why I'm telling. Yeah, see here, this point is most important. That's why I'm telling it again. He can be rightly called the Mahatma Gandhi of USA. And next, early life, how he spent his life, I'm going to tell. Yeah, King was born as Michael Luther King Jr. in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, 1929. Yeah, he attended segregated public schools in Georgia and distinguished the Negro institution. Later, he went through 3 years theological studies and in 1955 received his doctorate degree from Boston University. His parents were Martin Luther King Sr. and Alberta Williams King. His father's name was Martin Luther King Sr. and mother's name was Alberta Williams King. Especially, he went through the 3 years theological studies in the 1955 and received his doctorate degree from the Boston University. This is the most important. That's why keep it in the mind. Works and contribution, what he did in his life period. Here, several declarations and commitments made by some historic documents such as Declaration of Independence 1775, US Constitution 1787, and Emancipation Declaration 1863. Likewise, next point, the Negroes in United States and continued to be discriminated, exploited, and tortured for a long time. Next, so he devoted his life for the further of the future of the colored people. In 1957, he was elected the new leader of civil rights movement. It was totally peaceful movement of non-violent based on Gandhi. He wrote 5 books as well as numerous articles. And next, the speech, I Have a Dream. In 1863, he led a very huge peaceful march from the Washington DC to Lincoln Memorial and delivered his famous speech I have a dream in front of 250,000 audience, both whites and blacks. This speech is considered one of the 5 best speeches in the history of the world. This is most important, that's why keep it. Popularity, death and recognition. He was arrested more than 20 times and assaulted several times. See here. Then next, this made him not only a symbolic leader of Negroes but also world figure. He became to able to freedom the Civil Rights Act of 1964 in the United States. Likewise, in 1963, the Time magazine, he was named the Man of the Year. Likewise, in 1964, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize when he was only 35 years old. Next point, he was assassinated on April 4, 1968 when he was just for 39 years old, was standing on the balcony of his motel room in course of leading of protest. These are his recognition, popularity and death, how he became a death here. Here is written such points, you have to be very clear. And next, Malala Yousafzai, you have to very clear about her because she is one of the Pakistani girl, and today we are going to read about her also. That's why her name is Malala Yousafzai. And Malala Yousafzai was born on July 12, 1997 in Mingora, Pakistan. As a child, she became an advocate for girls' education, which resulted in the Taliban issuing a death threat against her. On October 9, 2012, a gunman shot Malala when she was traveling home from school. She survived and she has continued to speak out on the importance of education. She was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2013. In 2014, she was nominated again and won, becoming the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. And next thing, exercise of this chapter, I'm going to tell you. See here are only 5 questions. That questions you have to solve. Okay, dear students, see the question number 1. The contributions of Kailash Satyarthi, an Indian national, are valuable for the entire world. Justify. Okay, see the questions, what the question is saying. The contribution of Kailash Satyarthi, an Indian national, are valuable for the entire world. Really, how the contribution of the Kailash Satyarthi help the world? You have to give the answer about it. Yeah, contribution of the Kailash Satyarthi is valuable for entire world. And next, question number 2, write a short introduction to Malala Yousafzai, the co-recipient of Nobel Prize with Kailash Satyarthi. Malala Yousafzai, she also got the Nobel Prize together with Kailash Satyarthi. That's why what she did and how she get the this Nobel Prize, you have to give detail about it, and you have to write about the Kailash Satyarthi, how he got the, why he got the this Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, both Indian international personalities Kailash Satyarthi and Pakistani international personality Malala Yousafzai, both they got this prize. That's why you have to write how, in which work they got this. And next, list major contribution of 1 or 2 of your favorite Nobel Prize laureate. Yeah, you have to write. Yeah, there are 3 personalities. You can write about 2. Next, here is question number 4. Question number 4 is, what were the major contributions of Martin Luther King Jr. Extract from his life story and list. Then you have to be very clear about it. Martin Luther King, what he did in the favor of blacks, and you have to write about that. And explain about the his major works from his life story. I have given some points before you. You be clear about that point and you can write it very easily. Next, what lesson did you learn from the life story of Martin Luther King Jr.? What lesson? Yeah, what you learned from this lesson of Martin Luther King Jr.? Yeah, you have to write what you feel, what types of thought came in your mind, what types of thought came in your heart. Yeah, that is your and what you thought by reading the story of Martin Luther King. You write that in your exercise book. And thank you, dear students, watching my this lesson. And I will meet you in next lesson. See you. Bye bye.